I found you. You are mine. No. Crazy women in fiction. Condom. Crazy women in real life. You are trying to blockade what I have rightfully blockaded. The moment falling asleep just becomes falling. Post Malone really went from guy who looks like he says the N-word to guy who looks like he says the N-word. Fishnets. Fishermen trying to make a living. Greedy transgenders. Just pulled up to the air. Me, man, this smoothie is great. Why did I stop getting them? The shit demons. Middle school girls. OMG, Tyler is so hot. Tyler. It's time to go. Was I a good app? I don't even know who the hell you were. That one molecule of serotonin trying to keep me going throughout the day. Americans will use anything but the metric system. 242 dicks. Scientists using all the branches of science to discover one universally agreed consensus of relatedness. Meanwhile, world leaders. YouTube on their way to conjure up more profit. Me. Peace was never an option. The immortal crumb in my air fryer that keeps getting cooked over and over. Open the Strait of Hormuz, or I'm closing the Strait of Hormuz. Straits of Hormuz. USA. Iran. Me all day. Me when it's bedtime. Deer on the road watching a car coming on his way. My name is Decimus Maximus Meridius and I will stand my ground. Deer when something makes sudden sound. My name is Jeff and I'm afraid of everything. Me watching him through the built-in global positioning system tracking. The Uber Eats driver delivering my Taco Bell. Tiramisu looking at me from the fridge be like, boss, you are very productive today. Me, thanks. Boss, here is a bunch more work. Me, I believe you have misunderstood the purpose of my efficiency. Unknown number calls and expects me to talk first. Welcome to Breathing Competition MF. The ultimate girl's outfit for Coachella 2026. Nobody. Potatoes you bought a month ago. If the earth is flat, how come slimes never spawn? You the bomb, man. My brothers. Middle East brothers. The US blocking the Strait of Hormuz. Atreus, he killed his own business. Sometimes I use big words I don't fully understand to make myself sound more supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The CEO after laying off thousands of employees and bragging about their mere 1% profit margin. When you finally got laid after 20 years and don't need that same old fleshlight. I don't want to play with you anymore. I deleted your friends list, now I'm the only friend you really have. Damn, someone really lost control. One donut, one. That's all that fit, and you call it stacking? Society when women are sexualized. Society when men are sexualized. My resume. A job I'm qualified for. Me. If you're going through a lot, you should rest now, so you can continue going through a lot tomorrow. When you work a part-time job, but you're getting scheduled for 30+ hours per week, and it feels like it's a full-time job just without the benefits. Back in my day we listened to music on CDs. What are CDs, grandpa? CDs nuts. Half a dozen. 6 is 6. Wow government, where did you get all that money for the budget? I stole it. You spot a fixed machine gun in the game. But it hardly rotates and points in a useless direction. Red Cross doctor performs an eye exam on patient. Ryan's actor in his reels and TikToks. Ryan's actor in The Boys. Every masterpiece. Annoying Orange. Has its cheap copy. Fruit Love Island. Season 1. When I see there's an open seat on my city council no one is running for, so I locally sign up to run uncontested. Excuse me, are you a doctor? That's right. This sound is universally considered to be the most meaningless sound known to humankind. What is a Nepo baby explaining how they earned their success? Correct. I mean incorrect. But I swear sometimes these things have two correct responses. When she is proud of her anger issues and loves arguing with people, but gives you good boy treatment. When she says yes to going on a date. I'm a victim of my own success. I am currently sliding across the smoothest surface in existence. Online privacy, why would I need that? I have nothing to hide. Girls with time machine. Let's go see our grandparents. Yay, so fun. Boys with time machine. Wear the Hans device for fuck's sake. Girls. I can't believe he didn't cry at the Titanic. Do men even have feelings? Boys. ADHD people packing for a 3-day vacation. Me waiting for the call to ring out so I can talk over text instead. Me tries to grab one wet wipe. Meanwhile the wet wipes. We don't leave our own. Someone need advice what to plant on my new garden. Me, mint, bamboo, or kudzu are great. They are low maintenance. Satan. Well, I just wanna say that I'm a huge fan. How streaming services and game companies expect us to feel after they say we will own nothing. Straight men. Lesbians. I just think they are neat. When you get a prostate exam and feel 2 hands on your shoulders. You're playing paintball and somebody yells fix bayonets. Gets a tattoo of his wife and 2 kids. Later finds out that his wife had cheated and the 2 kids aren't even his. When people suddenly decide to turn a basic hobby/interest into an ethical debate. Me, I love maths. Also me. Stress. Me after the 5th Federal Circuit Court rules that the 158-year-old federal law banning the production of alcohol for personal use is unconstitutional. Well, now I don't want to when I bump into my boss from my old job. How is a useless cock gobbler like you still alive? Super Mario movie character. Bloodborne boss. Rosalina, mother of the stars. How I feel when I tap my AirPod to skip a song. I'm 5 feet 9 inches. Sorry, I don't date guys below 6 feet. I'm going to fucking rail that guy's ass. Me in my room in the dark at 3 AM trying to figure out whether that's my jacket or a headless man standing very still. Huh, he's probably thinking about other women. What if the reason lawnmowers are so loud is to keep you from hearing the grass screaming? Some guy eats a bat in China. The timeline. Don't worry, it's just an M&M's tube. The M&M's tube. Real strawberry flavor. Strawberry flavored candy. Are ya okay, son? No. I'm living in a time in history where everything is either dead or turning to shit. Why do capybaras not get eaten by crocodiles? How I pass by a smoker. Epstein files are bad. Start war in Iran to distract. War in Iran goes badly. Use Epstein files to distract. Jonah Hill. 2010. 2026. 9:07 AM Monday and you've already had it. Celebrities when people disagree with their opinions. As an antitheist I like mocking Christianity. Okay. So you have no problem mocking Islam, right? Indeed. Religion is a plague. Abandon your fantasies. What a loser. Me looking at a new interesting activity. 27 unfinished projects that started the same way. 0 days without realizing that Cyberpunk 2077 was actually an optimistic vision of the future. 0 Maleficent. Jaffa. The whole plot of the dang movie wouldn't have existed if I didn't succeed in my primary goal of sniping a bitch. Iago, please help. I don't know what to do again. AI is a bubble and crashes the economy. AI is not a bubble and takes all our jobs. Wanna read 36 Benadryl and cuck the shadow man who lives in my closet? When life's tough, But you remember there's always phone time in bed at the end of the day. Me watching toxic couples break up and get back together for the 5th time. My immune system raises my body temperature. To fight an infection I take medicine. To lower my temperature my immune system. Fuck you motherfucker. Me applying to jobs on LinkedIn while at work. My manager behind me. That monster who lives under the bed looking at broke me who doesn't own a bed and sleeps on the floor. At least the person left a note. Your car's been keyed. The good news is that the damage looks to be minor. When life tries to delete you. But you're still just chillin'. Know the work rules. Appropriate. Extract, assign, create. Or what? You're sweet. Inappropriate. Unzip, mount, touch. Hello, human resources? Some teenager who believes in his friends. The demon who trained for Ians. When I bump into my boss from my old job. How is a useless cock gobbler like you still alive? What's your morning drink? Tea, coffee, soda, water? When? I feel bobber. When the hacker says they know your address, but you literally know it too. Is this never stupid? My girlfriend's stuff. My stuff. Shakespeare entering my body as soon as I see explain in your own words in exam. After hearing about peace and community, the people leaving the church's parking lot. Pest control companies. Straight up ignoring my no soliciting sign. Me putting my phone down. Picks it up again after 2 seconds. Yo DAWG, I heard you like blockades. So I blockaded your blockade to prevent you from blockading our blockade. What 5th graders looked like when you were in 2nd grade. When you decide to walk to the McDonald's instead of driving. Fitness isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. When people start singing happy birthday to you and you don't know where to look. Chinese tanker. Hey, you can't cross the Strait of Hormuz, can you? Chinese tanker. Not to worry. I have a permit. This just says I can do what I want. My upstairs neighbors when I just want a good night's sleep. People running about. When you just spent $50 at the movies and the people next to you are having a full-blown conversation the whole time. New fathers. Never helping out when the baby cries throughout 3 AM, diaper changing or letting their wife have a break. My wife has no energy for sex and our bedroom is dead. She has grown fat, never get married guys. You were inside your mother longer than your father ever was. Until we meet again. A picture of a planet 5 billion kilometers away. Bank security cameras. How it feels to pick up my GF from kindergarten because she must be tired after teaching the kids all day. It's not like we didn't know. Arby's rat beef sandwich. We still talk about you. Inflation. Let's see what you really are. Corporations and companies being rude, selfish, and greedy during a job and housing market crisis. I fucking knew it. Game publishers today. Public. New game announced, release date 2029. Before artificial intelligence, before even Cocomelon took over, this guy ruled everyone's feed. Strait of Hormuz closed. Strait of Hormuz open. Strait of Hormuz closed. How I feel filing my taxes knowing billionaires pay a lower effective rate than I do. Your doctor knocking on the door before entering the exam room. Average men's reaction after finding out what women's romance novels are. How people who talk the most trash spend most of their lives. You died in a nuclear blast. You survived a nuclear blast. To be called inconsistent, you have to be consistently inconsistent. Making you consistent. Before the haircut. Somewhere in between the haircut. After the haircut. Oklahoma police when there's a school shooter. Oklahoma principals when there's a school shooter. Burned out actresses wanting a reboot after 2 decades. Burned out actresses starting an OnlyFans after 2 decades. When you tolerate ads on a game because it's free. when you can't advance anymore until you buy the premium version. Manager, I need you to work this Saturday. Me, no problem, I might be late though, transport's slow on weekends. Manager, what time will you get here? Me, on Monday. Manager, checking in after all my sowing to find out what I get to reap. Game developers, we will no longer release games on 13-year-old hardware that has had a successor for 5 years. PlayStation 4 owners, we will no longer release games on 13-year-old hardware that has had a successor for 5 years. Game developers, PS4 owners, you know what? I'm about to say it. If Microsoft kept Windows 7 look and functionality, there would not be so many people willing to migrate to Linux. The Four Horsemen of Australia having the best children's programming. The Wiggles. Ultra processed foods are turning human thighs into well marbled steak. CNN. Zombies as soon as the apocalypse starts. Fan art. New female movie / game / cartoon character. Fan art. New female movie / game / cartoon character. Rule 34. It guy, so now you press any button to continue. Me, presses power button. It guy. The urge to disappear and then post a pic like this. Your mom. My dick. My dick. Your mom. Homer straight. Huh. The deepest European forest. A US park with a few acres of land. The Typer Icons video game upgrades of for a plus 1% damage upgrade. Me trying to mentally prepare myself for another day at work. If voting never changed anything, the elites wouldn't be trying so hard to stop you from doing it. When you got the captions on, and they spoil the identity of a character. When you know your desk job is killing you, but you're resigned to it, and decide you may as well be comfortable while it slowly does you in. Bro, I'm having a stroke. You will be okay. C. Online anonymity in the EU. Do you think we'll ever see her again? I'm sure we will, honey. Filtering by minority-owned businesses. Filtering for minority-owned businesses. What do you play on? Me, Mario. The character. The fan art. When you pick a dialogue option and your game character does something you didn't want him to do. Local man paralyzed after eating 413 chicken nuggets. So the limit is 412. They're just my friends, don't be insecure. A vintage advertisement for birth control. And the villain still pursues her. System, stop trying to make edge happen. It's not going to happen. Told the joke first. Told the joke louder. When your parents wake you up extremely early to make you go somewhere for someone you don't even know. Owner, Gordon, can you feature us on your show and give us critique? Gordon, well, first thing I notice is. Owner. How fucking dare you? I know more than you. My food is perfect. Do you know how hard I work? Movie theaters exist. The loudest, crunchiest fucking food ever made, also known as popcorn. It's free real estate. When the YouTuber focused on your niche interest is a grifter. Hentai game creators, after making the most attractive character in the game the protagonist's sibling. Shaming celebrities for dating young, and still very legal, women. Why not teach young women never to date rich and famous men who can offer them the world? Okay, I see why this will never stop. Me, my mom says I can't go out tonight, friends, just sneak out me. No thanks. I choose life. Listening to your mom complain about having to throw out leftovers when she makes 20 plates worth of dinner every single night. Dear autocorrect. It's never duck. It's never duck. Every toddler ever. The most toxic and dangerous thing ever. Who? Diana, no.